Live for Ridgefield Raptors baseball, we're here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, again in Ridgefield, Washington, just north of the border of Oregon, and it's Game 2 between the Marion Berries and the Ridgefield Raptors. And your voice of the Raptors here, Patrick McCall, alongside you at the work for this game. We're anticipating another good one. Raptors do go down last night as we recap that one here real quick for you. The Berries in their first ever game against the West Coast League, they win. They're now 1-0, the only West Coast League team to ever be undefeated, or at least should say right now has ever been undefeated in their franchise history. They're 1-0. They beat the Raptors 9-3 last night. Raptors are now 1-3 on the season, but looking back at that game, Marion with 11 hits to Ridgefield's 8. Not only that, Ridgefield committing 2 defensive errors, and it was just a game that the Berries were able to start very hot, and they really didn't look back. They got 4 runs in the first inning. That was nearly half the total. They would then spray across some runs in the third and the sixth with 1 apiece, and then they added 3 in the 8th inning, and that was just how things broke down to end up getting the 9-3 win. And looking back at it, it was a frustrated lineup. Stephen Varespi for Marion would go 6 innings. He earns the win on 1 run. He does not give up an earned run either, and 2 walks for him, 4 strikeouts as well. Just really good stuff by Stephen Varespi, and he was able to really calm the chaos for Marion there in his first ever start as a Berry, first ever man to toe the rubber for the Berries out there in the gray, and he gets the job done, aided by Ryan Clark as well, who goes an inning, Joseph Perez, and then Alex Chavez, who all went an inning apiece. And on Ridgefield's side, it would be Dylan Kirksey was tagged with the 4 runs in 2 innings for him, but then Michael Hofkin came in some relief, did give up 2 runs, but nearly pitched 4 innings, and after that, Ridgefield's Ryan McClaskey was the one who had a tough time giving up 3 runs, but after that, Fulkerson and Declan Francis really in between go 2 1/3 combined without giving up a run, and that was how things fared for Ridgefield. So we'll see if there's a counter here tonight. A lot of guys with 2 hits. In fact, you had 4 Berries with 2 hits in the lineup last night. That's going to have to calm down here if Ridgefield hopes to pick up the win, and we get into the starting lineups here today. Marion and the Berries coming out with much of the same lineup as yesterday. Anthony Cepeda is the center fielder leading off. Liam O'Connor, the shortstop, batting second. Alex Greb, the right fielder, batting third. In the cleanup position, Jake Dodge, the first baseman, will be out there for Marion. And it is Aokai Aruja Waiao, the third baseman from Hawaii, batting fifth. Brecken Hadley is the catcher, batting sixth. This is for the Marion Berries. Will Stickney, the second baseman, will bat in the seventh slide. Jake Allen, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Danny Weidman makes his first start, the DH from Oregon, batting ninth. Looking on the Ridgefield side, Taylor Takata, the second baseman, coming out first. You have Dawson Downs as well, third baseman. Angelo Alaman will be out there for Ridgefield, batting third. The shortstop, Noah Carliner, the center fielder, who is going to bat in the cleanup role. And then you've got Jose Mariano, the first baseman, batting fifth. Ryder Cutlip, the Gonzaga Bulldog, who was in the past there up in Spokane, the right fielder, batting sixth. Nolan Gancher, the DH, again tonight for Ridgefield. He'll hit seventh. Coleman Halaba is the left fielder, batting eighth. And Jackson Upton from Yakima Valley rounds out the list, the catcher, batting ninth. That is how the Ridgefield Raptors come out 1 through 9 in today's matchup. And now time to take a look at the pitching matchup here as well. Landon Hood, the right-hander from Gonzaga and Spokane, will be up there with the Bulldogs. Nonetheless, from Goodyear, Arizona initially, and actually went 4 1/3 in his first start. He led the Raptors season off, the regular season that is, with a win. Allowed no runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 Ks for him, and that was in front of the Bend crowd that was really packed to the tins there on that Friday night, but does a great job. We'll see him again. Landon Hood, a high recruit out of Canyon View High School, and so he should be towing the rubber effectively for the Raptors if his first start was any indication. On the side of the Marion Berries, it'll be Cohen Barton, the man going to Hawaii. He pitched as a freshman with a 4.91 ERA in the spring, but has not made an appearance in the West Coast League just yet. Of course, the Berries, this is, again, their first series of all time against the West Coast League. They missed out on that opening weekend due to the scheduling shifts that they've had to go through here in the South Division, and they're now the 9th team as well in the South. But Marion, of course, now into the full swing here, playing a lot of road games to start their existence, and it'll be Cohen Barton trying to get things done from Hawaii. He comes over here to the Pacific Northwest to try and get some things done, and we will see if the righty can be affected. He was the 5th-ranked right-handed pitcher in Hawaii in 2024, according to Perfect Game in that prep class. So a lot of good things said about this guy coming out here, and we'll get to see him go against Ridgefield tonight. And Ridgefield going into this, last year they did have a bit of a slower start as well, so really hard to take away a lot as far as spelling anything on the season from just the first week results. And that is pretty much, the best message that Ridgefield has right now. They come out in those black uniforms. Again, they've got the red maroon caps on. Raptors have really mixed it up this year, kept it pretty simple with the same uniforms at home last year, but they are going with the blackout there today, and then the white pants as well. Red socks, too, so things a little bit different. And Berries, the Marion Berries in a purple uniform, the white berries across the chest, the logo on the left sleeve, white numbers as well. Still the same darker gray pants for the Berries, but definitely a different look. And I think this is the colorway that's a little more intimidating than I was talking about yesterday, but yesterday they went with the all gray, and that just looked like maybe a usual road team, but this is definitely sporting the Marion colorway, if there was any uniform that could do it with the purple there for Marion today. But in all seriousness, in the baseball realm, I was able to catch up with Noah Carliner, the utility man for the Raptors. He's committed to Cal State Dominguez Hills, played at New Mexico State, Cypress College. He's been around the block, been a big power hitter, going 2 for 3 yesterday. We talked with him before the game and talked all things baseball. So take a listen to Noah Carliner. The Ridgefield Raptor had a lot of good things to say here. After this, we will get into first pitch between Marion and Ridgefield here at the Rourke. Joined by Noah Carliner just down the third base line here before the Raptors take on the Berries in Game 2. And Noah, how's it going today?
Pretty good. Just really excited to get this game rolling, and yeah, just looking for a win today.
Nice. And, I know you've played a lot of baseball in some areas that are a bit sunnier than today. Or is it kind of strange to see the rain and then now the sun shining like this?
Well, it's weird. It's kind of like how it is in Cali, I'd say. It's like a little bit of both. You get a little bit of rain, and then out of nowhere you get some sunshine. So I would say I'm kind of used to this, but it's looking like it's going to be a good day, good night. So hopefully it's a good one for us and these fans that come out.
Sweet. And you've been at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and so how did that come about, and what's that been like?
So I actually was at a D1 before. I bounced back to Dominguez Hills. My coach Tyler, he gave me an opportunity, and I had some really good success, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I played with some of the best teammates I've ever played with, and some of the best guys I've ever played with there, and just good memories and just good times at CSUDH, and I love it there. Yeah.
Sweet. And do you feel like, you're able to translate that power here to the wood and bat? Because I feel like you in batting practice have been hitting a long way.
Yeah, I'd say I translate it pretty well. I have some pretty quick hands, and I'm a pretty big guy, so I'd say it's not that much different for me. So yeah, right there.
Now you got a darker uniform on today. I think one of the only times the Raptors are going with the black at home here with the golden chain tonight. Is that a usual thing?
Yes, sir. So these are from my dad, and these are pretty sentimental to me because we made, some personal bets, and I beat him on 3 times and got these 3 chains, and I actually never take them off. They're kind of like my good luck charm, my superstition. So yeah.
Is it I guess safe to share what you won the bet over?
Well, one of them I will share. I got a 4.0, and that was one of the bets. If I get a 4.0, I get a gold chain, and boom, did it. And yeah, I'll never take that off because of it. So yeah, that's one of the stories for the gold chains.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, after collegiate baseball and everything, are you trying to go pro?
That's the goal. That should be everybody's goal, to try to make it as far as you can. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I've had a fun career, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm glad that I've played baseball this long, and I've enjoyed every moment. So yeah, whatever comes my way, I'm accepting it with open arms because I've had a hell of a ride here. So yeah.
For sure. And do you have eligibility remaining after this season, or is this kind of you're just trying to give it all every day here?
I do have eligibility, but I do give it my all every day. Just how I was raised, and that's just how I play. Just give it my all every day, and that's it. Just leave it all on the field.
And I asked this to Dawson Downs yesterday, and he said the Dodgers. But if you could join one MLB team right now, which one would it be?
Well, the Dodgers are my favorite team.
Well, I'll be able to pick up there with Noah Carliner a little bit later here, but we interrupt that one, of course, to bring you first pitch, and can also give you the nuggets there on what Noah Carliner said about that one here. We're starting a little bit early at the Rourke, about 6:33, and this is Landon Hood coming down the hill. That is an awkward foul ball off the mask of Jackson Upton. That's how we begin tonight. Where's Anthony Cepeda, the man up there at the plate tonight for Marion first. And we will see if he can do some damage in this scenario. Next pitch. Taken foul on the left field side of things. And looking for Marion, you've got Cepeda out there, who last night went 0 for 2, but a couple runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. His next pitch is peeled down to the base umpire. They say no swing. It is 1-2. One-two pitch coming down from Landon Hood. Right in the zone. That is a beautiful breaking pitch. And Anthony Cepeda struck out there, the center fielder down. We have Liam O'Connor due up. Liam O'Connor, who's starting again yesterday, went 1 for 4. Drives at third base side. That has played off a few hops by Downs over there, but sort of scoots it down. It kills in the infield, and that'll be Liam O'Connor getting on for Marion, its first base runner of the night. Not the way that Raptors defensively hope to start. And we'll have Alex Greb due up. Greb, the right fielder from Chaminade. First pitch is low for a ball. Raptors here in game number 2 of the series, lost yesterday. Reb hoping for a good pitch from Hood from the stretch. You hear that one smash into the sky left field. This is Coleman Hollabaugh, who is combining with Angelo Alaman, the shortstop, who makes the catch ultimately in the turf. That's the second out. That means that Jake Dodge is up, the first baseman. Infielder from Jefferson, Oregon, and Lynn Benton Community College, 0 for 3 last night. And at first for Marion is still Liam O'Connor. Hood on the left side of the rubber. Swing, and they say that's in the zone. We'll go around the Raptors defense real quick. Jackson Upton doing the catching. Got Mariano at first, Taylor Takata at second, Angelo Alaman at short, Dawson Downs at third, Coleman Hollabaugh in left field, Noah Carliner in center, and Ryder Cutlip in right. Check swing. They're saying Dodge goes around 0-2. Carliner, a guy we were talking about there in the pregame. He did say, by the way, his answer to what major league team would he play on right now. He said the Philadelphia Phillies. 0-2. In the sky. Shallow center and back into the infield. That's going to be Angelo Alaman, the Raptors shortstop, to make the catch. Sides retired. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on. Marion, after a half inning, is tied with Ridgefield at 0.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Are you looking for When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Back to Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Patrick McCall, your voice of the Raptors here alongside you. We're tied at 0. Ridgefield jumping out there to bat for the first time today. You're going to have Taylor Takata, Dawson Downs, and Angelo Alamon to face Colin Barton, who is out there tonight for Marion. And what will he bring? Pretty good stuff. He is committed to the University of Hawaii, out there, a native of that state. 4.91 ERA in the spring, and last appearance, though, was pretty short. Hard to make a lot from it. He did get an out against Oregon State on May 5th in just 5 pitches, but that was pretty much it. So here's Taylor Takata, the Raptors man out there. First pitch. And speaking of Hawaii, he's committed there, sees a strike. Went 2 for 4 in the opening game with a double and a strikeout. The 0-1 back home to the plate. Barton tags up a fastball. That's good. Velo 93. Dawson Downs will be on deck here with a great gray batting helmet tonight. The 0-2 to Takata. That's missed outside. Let's go around the Marion defense, shall we? It'll be Brecken Hadley doing the catching. Colin Barton on the hill for now. Jake Dodge at first. Will Stickney at second. Liam O'Connor at short. 1-2 pitch coming down. And Takata, victim of that big breaking pitch for a strikeout. That'll be Dawson Downs coming up. Marion's also got Ruja Waiau at third. Jake Allen in left field. Anthony Cepeda in center, and Alex Greb in right field. That's Marion on defense here, their second ever game. So it's Dawson Downs for Ridgefield. First pitch to the California Santa Barbara player to be. Get a little time here before that one. Downs, the pregame interview yesterday, said he wanted to be on the Dodgers if he could. Join a team right now. That's a swing and a miss. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, a walk. For Marion, still Colin Barton on the mound. Here he goes. That driven foul, and assistant Nick Allen down there trying to make a bare hand grab, but that one coming in a little too hot. That'll be a long chase for the ball boy, but he's aided by a member of the bullpen. Here's our 0-2 to Downs. This is upstairs for ball one. I will say I feel like asking the question of what MLB team would you join. A lot of times you are going to get the big market teams. As Downs shoves it center field, that is going to be over towards Cepeda, who's going to go to his right, make the catch. Quick 2 down. Angelo Alamon for the Raptors, the shortstop, now coming to the plate. Maybe he's the future big leaguer of the bunch. There's been plenty of that in the West Coast League. And by the way, about the big market teams, why do I say that? Big market team, big market money, winning, all combines into one. So I feel like a lot of guys want to go Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies if they could now. For his pitch is outside. Had a coach tell me the exact same thing, said I'd go to the Yankees And so you can see the trend with that answer. And Alamon with a check swing. Appeal to the base umpire. They say he goes around. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful evening here for baseball. As a 1-1 ducks away, Alamon not fishing for that. Now, it was raining earlier in the day, although you could have guessed it would clear up eventually because it didn't look like there was rain in the forecast here in Ridgefield, but I don't think anyone thought it would get sunny at some point like it has. Alamon will watch that away. 3 balls, a strike, 2 away. Raptors looking for a bounce back win after losing game 1. The pitch. A big bender, and it is a full count here. And you can see right now the trend here with Cohen Barton trying to go to that off-speed pitch after the fastball, but that's a 93. We've seen topping out the fastball already. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch there. Alamon couldn't catch up, and that is the side. Retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left down for Ridgefield. After 1, we're tied at 0. Marion coming to bat.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
It's a daywireless.com.
Welcome in here, folks, back to Ridgefield Raptors baseball, and it is a gorgeous night here for it. And, of course, wanted to remind you, if you are shattered or cracked, get back on track. Hampton Auto Glass has served Clark County strong since '89, with convenient locations in West Vancouver and East Vancouver. And comments for clear views ahead, choose Hampton Auto Glass instead. And it'll be Alkai Arujo-Waiao, the third baseman for Marion in the purple and gray, coming back to the plate. First pitch from the Raptors, Landon Hood. Breaking pitch, couldn't spot it in at 73. For Arujo-Waiao, the Hawaii commit, went 2 for 5 yesterday with a run and RBI. Drives it foul, first base side. Top 500 player by perfect game from Miliani High School, and going into that freshman season now. The 1-1 pitch is driven foul. This is going to just get out of the sprint in the range of Raptors first baseman Jose Mariano. Suppose it's become a little more normal now to see, not that it wasn't a West Coast League thing, but more of the incoming freshmen go play throughout the league. The 1-2. Driven hard center field. Noah Carliner now going to come up on that baseball and make the catch at the waistband for the out. Cut that off in the alley, and there's one down. Brecken Hadley's the catcher. This guy on the opposite end of the spectrum, going into his senior year instead of the freshman campaign. Went 2 for 4 yesterday in the win. And he'll swing and miss through strike one. I do think that the freshmen coming in have a little bit more leeway now as we're seeing travel ball become so normalized throughout the entire nation. The 2 strikes. Here to the Marion Berries catcher, Brecken Hadley. That's St. Olaf at 291 in 39 games. And a big cut at the breaking pitch. Landon Hood looking nasty out there with his pitch mix so far tonight. There are 2 gone. By the way, already 4 combined strikeouts per side. Ridgefield struck out twice in that bottom of the first inning. Will Stickney up there, the second baseman. Goes right after that one, and Downs watches it leak foul. Stickney, the infielder, going to USC. Fans have made their way around the Rourke here as we see the 0-1 pitch coming down on this Wednesday. Another good mix on the curve. And Landon Hood just deposits that one right into the strike zone again. These Marion hitters may have to wait back on some of those. Went to it again, but this time it punched low. It's very hard to master the off-speed pitch as young as Hood is going into his freshman campaign, but here we are. 1-2. On the ground, third base side, Downs a plate off a few hops. The fire to first is right on the money, and the side is retired for Marion. Berries in the second, no runs, no hits, there are no errors, and nobody left on base. Bottom of the second coming up, tied at 0.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, post-retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Back to Ridgefield. Here we are. Marion and Ridgefield tied at 0. Quantum Fiber unleashes amazing internet for any home or business. Blazing fast speed, a rock-solid, reliable network, and seamless Wi-Fi coverage. And with Price for Life internet from Quantum Fiber, you can keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. Visit quantumfiber.com to learn more. Your world unleashed. Limited availability, service in select locations only. 360 Wi-Fi and other equipment, lease charges, discounts, taxes, and fees are excluded from Price for Life offer and may be increased. It'll be Noah Carliner due up. And that one's upstairs. We will have 1 ball, no strikes. Marion Berries sending out Cohen Barton. And another swing that is strike 1. Raptors hope to get off to the better start offensively if they can put something together. Yesterday's game, they would only score their first run in the 6th inning. As this will miss outside. Still a pretty big gap between short and second base right now as they are playing the pull side of Carliner, or the Berries defense. Thought about that one, doesn't go after it. 3 balls a strike now. Another bit of a bias with the wind towards right field in this game. That's on the other corner, and Carliner will take strike 2. Last night it was very windy to right field. We didn't see any home runs to that alley. Harliner drives it foul. Would be big to see a home run in this one. If the Raptors get one, it would be their first of the season. The 3-2 pitch. And Harliner is going to scrape that off the turf. Baltimore chopped. They said it's in play, and what a throw, but it is not going to be there. Arujah Wayao with a missile over to first base. They say the first baseman, Jake Dodge, was just pushed off the bag. And that is Ridgefield's first hit of the night. One way to get it. It'll be Jose Mariano, the Raptors' first baseman. The College of the Canyons, committed there out of the Philippines. First pitch as a ball. As the yellow batting gloves, very much a theme there for the Cougars. His college team, Harliner with the golden chain on at first base today. And a swing and a miss for Mariano. They say, or Harliner told me before the game, that was one off his father on a bet. And he doesn't have just one. Looks like about 3 I saw on him. That'll miss again, and it's ball 2. Raptors have nobody up and going in the pen. Marion does not either. Last night, we were able to go with Steven Varespi for 6 innings. Did the Berries. Starting pitcher really set him up well without didn't have to use a ton of the bullpen. And then you've got the 2 games here, obviously, and everybody's got a weekend series. This is dotted low, and that's ball 4. Mariano going to go to first base as Ryder Cutlip approaches. He's the right fielder for Ridgefield, former Gonzaga Bulldog. Out of Meridian, Idaho. Last played at Bend, went 0 for 1 with a run, 3 walks. Did have a hit in that Saturday game. Shows bunt. This one laid down to first base. Going to be a tough play for the defense. They go after Cutlip. And the tag applied by Jake Dodge, the first baseman. However, Harliner's at third for Ridgefield, and at second base for Ridgefield is going to be Mariano.
Now step to the players number 30. Your designated hitter for $10 Nolan Ganter.
It'll be Nolan Ganter up here for Ridgefield. The DH, his first time up to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. 0-1. Ganter looking to get that bat going. He went 1 for 3 yesterday with a run, a walk. Thought about it. They say it's on the outside corner, 0-2. Raptors will be baked back up here on this Wednesday. Got all the trucks in action. 0-2 smash center field. This will be under Anthony Cepeda. He's going to slide, make the catch. Now you've got Mariano going back to second base in time. Harliner scores on the sac fly, unbothered. And it's 1-0 Ridgefield. That brings up Coleman Hollaba, the left fielder.
Now the plate is number 12. Your left fielder from the University of Portland.
Nothing wrong with that. Ganter just taking that one to center, gets the job done. Hollaba last hit, going 0 for 1 in game 1 of this series and sees a ball. Hollaba also pitched as well against Bend. That on June 1st, went an inning, allowed a run on 2 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. For 1-0. Swing and a miss. Mariano in scoring position, 2 at second. Certainly not out of the question. He could come around and score here with a base hit. And Coleman will drive the bat through strike 2. I think he stole those batting gloves from the Marion Bears before the game, or was lent a pair, but that is matching his Portland Pilots equipment up there for UP. As that's ball 2. Quite the opposite colorway of the Raptors uniforms here tonight, sporting the black, and you've got the maroon, of course, on the socks. Count is now full with 2 away, and already a better start for Ridgefield. First time they've taken a lead in a game since the win against Bend in game 1 of the regular season. Alaba drives it foul, and a few bounces, it gets out of play. Raptors going to another catcher tonight. It was Will Goff, the starter, yesterday. Before that, Nate Almos, and now Jackson Upton, the starter, is on deck. You're in a 1-0 game in the bottom of the second. 3-2. Alaba drives it far right field. That's going to scoop back Alex Grebb. He's at the track and is making the catch. Just about 10 yards right in front of his bullpen arms, and that retires the side. Raptors in the second inning pick up a run. Doing that on 1 hit. There are no errors, 1 left on. After 2, it's 1-0 Ridgefield.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Welcome back here to Ridgefield. 1-0 score in favor of the hometown Raptors over the Marion Berries. The Berries bringing out Jake Allen, the left fielder, to kick things off in the baby blue bat. Stays away from strike 1, courtesy of Landon Hood, the Raptors pitcher on the bump. Jake Allen, the outfielder from UP. And he's going to scrape it back to the screen. 0-2. He went 1 for 4 last night. Couple ribbies, 3 strikeouts, however, and a sac fly. Redshirted this spring with UP. Be teammates with the Raptors, Coleman Holliba. That is a big bender for strike 3. A foul tip into the glove of Jackson Upton. And that is strikeout number 4 already for Landon Hood. First time we see Danny Weidman, and this is the high recruit for Marion, the outfielder going to Oregon. First pitch. That one just ends right in there, 74 miles an hour. Weidman out of West Lynn, Oregon, and West Lynn High School. Smokes it. That one going towards the fan and quickly, but it'll scrape off the concourse. Foul ball. Weidman as well had football offers as a wide receiver out of high school. A two-sport athlete. And sees a curve miss. Committed to the Oregon Ducks in Eugene. They will soon be the solo occupants of that stadium. This is fouled away, but long story short, and some disputes, Eugene Emeralds looking to move out of the park that they shared with the Ducks, and that'll be a whole thing going on up there, reshaping the Pacific Northwest minor league scene. Raptors up 1-0. Marion's Danny Weidman. Thought about it. Didn't go after it. That is ball 2 on a tough take. Does have almost the red bat from our viewpoint. 2-2. And there is the breaking pitch again. That curveball has been so good for Hood tonight, and he's got 5 strikeouts. Back at the top of the order, Anthony Cepeda in the yellow bat this time for Marion. He struck out in the first inning. Going to Feather River. Now the first offer. Swing and a miss. See if Cepeda has that big commitment too. Last played at Feather River, but like a lot of guys at that scene, looking to transfer out into the big 4-year. And now smashes it up the middle. That's by Angelo Alaman for the base hit. And that is D1 stuff right there for Anthony Cepeda. He'll be on first.
Now at the plate is Liam O'Connor.
Liam O'Connor, shortstop. Reached on an error in the first inning by Raptors third baseman Dawson Downs. That would proceed. 2 straight pop-outs, though, to Angelo Alaman. But from the stretch, and there is the dialed-up fastball. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Berries last night got 4 runs in the first inning and never really looked back after that, so have been kept in much better check here in tonight's game. Raptors not making it very easy on this offense as of late, although Marion getting its first hit there with Anthony Cepeda getting that single. And the 1-1 is going to scrape the bottom of the zone, strike 2. And we'll see if Hood has the put-away pitch again. It's been very effective so far tonight. A lot of strikeouts, already up to 5. This would be number 6. If he can get it. There he is, number 6. What a start here for the Raptors. Landon Hood, he's got 6 strikeouts there to put down another inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 berry left on. It's 1-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the 3rd after this.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Dick Hanna Dealerships proudly supports the Ridgefield Raptors. 75 years of cars, community, and teamwork. Go Raptors!
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Back in Ridgefield, it's 1-0. The Raptors leading the Berries. If you're shattered or cracked, get back on track. Hampton Auto Glass has served Clark County strong since '89 with convenient locations in West Vancouver and East Vancouver. For clear views ahead, choose Hampton Auto Glass instead. We are starting the third inning here with Jackson Upton for Ridgefield, the catcher. And we'll see if Jackson Upton can spark the offense. He last went 1 for 4 playing on Saturday in Bend. Drives this one foul behind home plate. Or that was 0 for 7, but has scored twice on the year. And Upton, very much a tall catcher at that behind the plate, the 6'4" frame. Stays away as this one misses to the outside. There'll be a ball in the strike. Definitely playing the pull are the Berries again. They have pretty wide gap between short and second. As we get another pitch away. This is Cohen Barton out there again for Marion, still on the bump. He's into his third inning of work here. Starter for the Berries. Here's the righty. And takes something off that. 77 for the swing and miss. 2-2 here to Raptors catcher Jackson Upton. The delivery. And a miss again outside. We've gone full.
Raptor fans, let's give him some encouragement.
Raptors now get behind Upton here on the 3-2. And that's ball 4 down low. Free pass for Jackson Upton to start the third. So we're back up the top of the order. The infielder Taylor Takata struck out in the first. And as the Berries come to talk things over with the pitching staff, take a quick look at the final scores around the West Coast League. We do have one today. That is the Edmonton Riverhawks beating the Victoria Harbor Cats 9-1, and that's the final score there against the Cats. Shout out to the Riverhawks for the win. We're just starting in a lot of other places, including Walla Walla and Yakima Valley. It's 1-1 between those two teams. The Nanaimo Night Owls in the bottom of the second, up 2-0 over Port Angeles and the Lefties. And that's our scoreboard for now. We will actually see a change of arms here for the Berries. We'll give you the name, the number, the info when we return. Right now it's 1-0 Ridgefield.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Welcome back here to the Rourke, and we've got a new pitcher on the bump for Marion. Let's take a look at him. David Roberts now coming out of the bullpen here. Cohen Barton's partial line ends with 2 innings. He's got 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and allowed 1 hit. He is responsible for Jackson Upton at first, so he can't close his line. He could give up as much as 2 runs, but David Roberts out of Discovery Bay, California. Pitched at St. Mary's, that's where he's committed to, and Liberty High School, a perfect game grade of 9.5. That's about as good as it gets between a potential top 10 round pick and or their highest level college prospect and a potential very high draft pick an elite college guy, so very much a big arm. The lefty, another one of the young guns out there, going into that early part of the college career, but already a serious recruit as he dangles the left arm, and we'll get going. Taylor Takata, the Ridgefield hitter. Fires at 94, down low, ball one. That's the big part, I think, of the recruitment process. So many of the younger pitchers we've seen come to the game with those big scouting grades. Of course, you're typically going to see fastball mid-90s already. The 1-0. And Takata pumps it foul on the bunt. Well, see, that's the thing. That one coming in at 75, almost 20 miles an hour of difference. That is difficult to change your tune for that, especially as Takata's trying to lay down a bunt here, with the Raptors having Upton at first. Move the runners over in the inning. They did score in the second. Takata stays away, and this is another miss for Roberts. Different than last night for Marion. They had the starter Stephen Varespi go 6. And only gave up the run. The 2 balls and a strike. Takata now fouls it back to the screen. That one coming in at 90. And he might have to swing here with nobody down, but doesn't want to be the strikeout victim on a foul ball. Ridgefield scoring its only run of the night in the second inning with the sac fly RBI by Nolan Ganter. Little lead at first for Upton, the 2-2. Up and in, that is tasty for Taylor Takata. The 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ridgefield's leadoff hitter, Dawson Downs, on deck. Another cool June day here in the Pacific Northwest. And a tough one to take, but Takata gets the benefit of the doubt there, and that one close, but the Raptors move on with a walk. And Dawson Downs coming to the plate.
Now to play for the Raptors, number 21, your third baseman.
Last night, a wider zone for both squads. Felt like that one in last night could have been strike there, but here today is ball 4 to Takata as Dawson Downs steps in, the man who flew out in the first inning. Barry's defense in, and that'll push outside for a ball. Got Arujo Wayao from third, ready to play the bunt, as is Jake Dodge, who's furthest up, the first baseman in front of Takata, leaning in towards home plate. Downs does lay the bunt down. This to third base. Roberts catches it out of the air, hesitates on the throw to first. They just get Downs in time. And Roberts was waiting for his first baseman Dodge to cover the bag. He did at the 11th hour there for the throwdown. However, Raptors advance now to third and second base with 1 down.
Now to play for your shortstop from Louisiana Monroe.
It is Angelo Alaman as the Raptors have Takata at second, Upton at third. Here's the pitch to the plate. That one right down the chute. Yes, sir. Strike 1. And see, that's the big breaking pitch. So far, we've seen a lot of Roberts going fastball to the breaking ball, and again, nearly 20 miles an hour difference. There's the blazing fastball, and Alaman jumps out of the way. Ball's in a strike in the count. Powerful Noah Carliner on deck for Ridgefield. The 1-1 offer. Swing and a miss. This one's to the backstop. A chance to score. The Raptors do. Jackson Upton touches the plate on the pass ball. It is 2-0 Ridgefield. And Takata is going to take his spot at third as well. Raptors got to love that. Playing small ball here tonight to get some runs around. From the belt, Roberts plucks that one inside for ball two. Pretty crazy to be throwing that fastball up to the mid-90s for Marion's Roberts on the hill. For as young as he is, but that's been the way the game's going. 2-2. That's ball three. Moving away. In fact, we've seen here at their work several JUCO transfers going to D1 programs with fastballs in the mid-90s. I've seen social media videos with high schoolers getting there. It is insane. The velo jump. As Alderman pushes it back foul. Of course, he used to be impressive to throw 90, and then now it's 100 and so on and so forth. You wonder what the limit is. Moving forward in the game. Now the downside, of course, the injuries, but luckily have not had much of that here in the WCL. Alderman right on the plate. A 3-2. Ball four. Noah Carliner now due up with men on first and third, and this is not the scenario David Roberts wanted to be in. For Marion and the Berries. No arms up either for Marion. Because they just went to Roberts in this inning, so certainly probably didn't expect to get him out anytime soon. The pitch is away. Of course, really still early into his outing here, but if the Raptors can continue this, you're driving up the pitch count here. There's already been 3 walks for Roberts. You would think Marion could get somebody up before the inning ends. Carliner ready to go. Roberts a check on Alderman at first. He is in there easily. Takata still ready to come home from third. Raptors scored Jackson Upton on a pass ball earlier in the inning. Pitch to the plate. Driven hard to second base, and that's going to stick up Stickney, and he lets it roll all the way to the outfield. Takata scores. And that's why they say just hit it hard and let the rest take care of itself. That ball smoked by Carliner, and it's going to result in a run scored, 3-0.
Let's keep this little rally going with your first baseman from the College of the Canyons.
So now it is Jose Mariano, the first baseman. He walked in the second. Raptors have 2 men on, still on the mound, pushed up to second. Carliner at first. The pitch. And Roberts misses in. Roberts ready to join St. Mary's. That would be, of course, the program the Gales going to Corvallis for the regionals. They have a lot of West Coast League representation. Raptors have had some of those players in the past. The 1-0. This is fouled and just going to miss. Or just going to leak out of play, but Roberts was the number 34 lefty in the nation by a perfect game. Number 6 lefty in California. Played with the Boston Red Sox scout team, which is certainly a bigger deal nowadays. The 1-1 pitch. This is grinded just foul down the first base side. And that sent Jake Dodge down there, the Berries first baseman, into a wind. He had that, sort of fell over. Well, that may have been great result, though, for the Raptors if that stayed fair. It didn't look like it's going to be obvious for Roberts to beat out Mariano to the bag. The Raptors have scored 2 of the runs here in the third. They scored once in the second. Nobody getting much done in that first inning. Wind blowing slightly still to right field. The 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. A strikeout for David Roberts, his first of the night. Mariano back to the Ridgefield dugout. So Ryder Cutlip is the right fielder. He and a sac bunt in the second. Comes back to the plate here after moving the runners in the inning. Now the pitch. Grinds in for a strike one. Nolan Ganter also on deck for the Raptors, who had the RBI in the second inning to drive the first Ridgefield runaround. Calm night on this Wednesday at the Rourke. As Cutlip swings through a strike. Plenty of fans on the lawn in left field, just in front of the Ridgefield bullpen. No arms up and in action. Raptors have stuck with Landon Hood, the starter. And there is strike 3 for Ryder Cutlip. So we'll see Landon Hood on the other side of this break. Ridgefield, though, in the second inning, does score 2 runs. They do that on no hits. There's 1 error and a couple men left on base. Let's go to the top of the fourth. 3-0 Ridgefield.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Success.
Marion Berry's coming to the plate here. Landon Hood on the bump for Ridgefield. They are up 3-0 are the Raptors over the Berries. Top of the fourth inning, starting now with Alex Greb, the right fielder. He is in the purple uniform and the gray on the bottom. Greb last night not getting in the game, but here is the first pitch. Hard swing and a miss for strike 1. Chaminade, the junior, played 44 times in the spring. It was after 2 years at Wenatchee Valley. Watches the ball upstairs. Wenatchee Valley, of course, sending a lot of players to, as you can imagine, the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Landon Hood from the full wind. Breaks one in the zone. That is 2 strikes in the count to the right fielder for the Berries, Alex Greb. Raptor fans hoping for the K, the 1-2. Just booted foul. And it'll go over towards the Ridgefield dugout. Ridgefield defensively still playing pretty far back in this fourth inning. The second baseman, Taylor Takata, into the outfield grass. 2-strike pitch. Hood earns a check swing. The appeal, they say, Grab goes around, and there's free tacos for the Ridgefield fans here in attendance. Seven strikeouts now for Landon Hood. That, of course, a season high for him. As Marion brings out Jake Dodge, who popped out in the first. This is away for a ball. But certainly has found something really good here early on in the West Coast League year. Again, he got the win, the only Raptor win at Penn, in 4 1/3 without giving up a run on one hit. He has now extended the scoreless streak into almost a full 4th inning here into his 2nd game. And this is fouled back behind home plate. And if Hood does get at least through 5, that would be probably where the Raptors want to have him. 5, potentially 6, depending on pitch count. Could be in line to be at 10 or more innings without giving up the run. Let's not speak ahead of ourselves. This one to right center field. That is going to drop into the alley and get over the wall. Ground rule double, and the 2nd hit for the Marion Berries. Jake Dodge now aboard. Now Kai Aruja Wayao now due up. He's flown out in the 2nd inning. Berries must have heard me down there in the dugout. Found the pitch to hit over Landon Hood. And they are in business here. Big hit, and you can drive one home to cut the lead. Hood from the stretch. First pitch. That's pushed low, and it's ball 1. Hood in a similar situation to his opponent seconds ago, David Roberts. He's got that high recruiting tag, but going into the early years of college. This one pushed to the shortstop. Alamon, though, going to go to 3rd. They're going to tag out the lead runner. And a heads-up play by the Louisiana Monroe transfer. Jake Dodge is out on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 down. Lamont went there, and Dodge didn't see it coming. So by the time the ball was in front of his face at 3rd, really had no choice but to run into the out. Here's Brecken Hadley, the catcher, who struck out. A little breaking pitch away, and it's ball 1. Nice night here at the Work. Raptors will finish up the homestand with a game at 6:35 tomorrow. That'll be game 3 of this series. Hood with a rope over to first. That is not there. Be a slide, and Wayao's in there. He also has a chain around the neck tonight. It's the theme here on the Wednesday nights at the Rourke, as this is plucked foul. Careens off a stand. Ridgefield has mostly the blue and orange plastic seats here at the Rourke, but a few of the metal bleachers too rolled in around. 1-1. That is too far outside, ball 2. A pleasant evening. Raptors for the weekend will be in Walla Walla. They will start 3 games Friday night at Borleski Stadium. Another ball away. 3 balls a strike here to Brecken Hadley, the Berries catcher. Of course, looking ahead to the forecast, temperatures expected in the mid-90s a lot for those games at Borleski. Much a different atmosphere over there. And Hood is going to miss on ball 4, so that means that Hadley's at first base. His teammate Wayao to second. Will Stickney now the batter for Marion. 2 away here. This is the rally the Bears are trying to put together. Last night felt like didn't have a lot of 2-out rallies, but it would get off to that hot start in an inning if it was going to be a big one, and they're trying to get anything going here, although this could end the inning. A pop out towards shallow right field. Ryder Cutlip calls off Taylor Takata, and the Raptors get out of the jam. For Marion in the fourth inning, no runs on one hit. There are no errors in the inning and 2 left on base. Ridgefield coming to bat up 3-0.
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952. Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Raptors with the 3-0 lead. We're into the bottom of the fourth inning. Marion and the Berries, the road squad, want to hold Ridgefield in check this half inning, but Nolan Ganter is going to try to throw a wrench in the plans. The DH with a sac flying RBI in the second. Ganter has that big barrel, stands 6'5". David Roberts back out to work for Marion. And the reliever sees his pitch taken foul. Crack of the bat echoes throughout the Rourke. Ganter definitely with good transfer aspirations out of Pima Community College. 11 home runs in the spring. And this will miss away. Even with the atmosphere out there in the desert, still 11 home runs hard to get. He had 14 doubles. And then 54 RBI, almost had 1 per game. That'll get away, and there's 2 balls and a strike. Started the season way back in January, too. He was the player of the week, January 19th through the 25th by the ACCAC. 2-1. Driven foul. Of course, you can really only afford to do that in a place like Arizona or potentially Florida for those JUCOs down there starting that early, and they often will. Two balls, 2 strikes here to the big Raptor designated hitter, David Roberts from the belt. And that is going to be off the Ridgefield turf for ball 3. Ganter also built his power up into the second year because he didn't have any home runs as a freshman, surprisingly, with Pima Community College, though he still hit .344 and had 8 doubles and a triple. So he's going to miss. Does Roberts inside on the big walk to Ganter. He's at first for Ridgefield, and Raptors have driven up that pitch count. That's now the 4th walk issued out by Roberts. That one coming on the full count. Marion may be looking for relief down there. There's just a limited number of guys today for Marion. They're still young into the season, getting everybody. As Coleman Hollabaugh watches a ball away, that is going to the backstop, and Nolan Ganter's at second.
Good to see Mayor Matt Cole in the crowd tonight.
And on that point of the bullpen, this is where the Berries are going to have their troubles, you would think, early in the season. Might have to win with offense as we get forward, because they will have to get in those arms as soon as possible. The 1-0. Misses inside. It's typically in the West Coast League, you try to obviously get everybody the experience, but still manage the arms to where it is not any playoff type atmosphere or rushing guys out there a lot. Hollabaugh checks up on that. They say he goes around. 2 balls and a strike. And just for reference, last year, for example, a guy like Ryan McClaskey out of the pen for the Raptors went nearly 21 innings over the course of the season. 12 appearances. Got his playing time, but was not called on every night. Hollabaugh had 3-1 here, and in already a 3-0 game. You've got Ganter at second. As casual conversation continues here at the Rourke, fans enjoying this lead. This is in, and Hollabaugh does not go after it. Ball 4 for him and another walk. The big edge for Roberts has certainly been his fastball and the dichotomy between that and his off speed, but the location been the pitfall for him right now as he's issued out 5 walks to Ridgefield hitters. We'll check that for Bardme. It was not responsible for Upton. Did walk his last time up, and now he's not going to get that one. Can also close the line on Marion starter Cohen Barton. He went 2 innings, allowing 2 runs, both earned, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Barton. The 1-0 pitch to the plate. So this is down low, and Upton able to lay off. Raptors want to go to the bunt. They did that in the 3rd and 2nd inning, which were run-scoring innings at that. Just over an hour old is this game at the Rourke. The first baseman, Jake Dodge, squeezed in. Upton pulls a bunt again. 3 balls, no strikes. Taylor Takata on deck for Ridgefield. Nolan Ganter at second, the lead runner. Corner squeezed in for the Berries as a 3-0 pitch shoots down. Upton lays off a late strike call. We'll be back up there, 88 on the radar gun for Roberts. Wind blowing here, and Ridgefield now harder as the night's going on. 3-1 down the line to third. That is going to be booted by Aruja Wayao. And the Raptors have everybody safe. Aruja Wayao was ready to play that as well, but it simply popped out of the glove. And so Ridgefield able to stay safe on the second error by the Berries today. Taylor Takata, the Ridgefield hitter. And the Raptors only 1 hit to score 3 runs tonight. 1 more hit, and they're driving in 4, potentially 5. Takata sees one inside for a strike. 78 miles an hour. This will be the time for the big hit. Raptors' only hit was a single by Noah Carliner to lead off the second. Another ball in there for David Roberts. That's been part of the reason the Raptors haven't been able to get hit. The opportunity has not so much been there. A lot of walks tonight for the pitchers of Marion. The 1-1 offer to the backstop. That is through the 5-hole of the catcher Hadley. And then the throw offline as Ganter squeezes home. Raptors advance. It's now 4-0.
Nice hustle, Nolan.
Everything going wrong for the Berries defensively. Have the error after 2 straight walked, and then the pass ball to allow Ridgefield to score. 2-1 offer. Shack up on Takata. He will not swing after it. Riscoda giving some instruction to the Raptors runner at third, Coleman Holliba. That is ball 4 again, and Taylor Takata is going to first base. And a rough night for the control of David Roberts, who's now going to get a meeting with his pitching coach, Marion, getting somebody up in the pen as well. Wish I had the number. Looks to be blocked off again by our pesky pole holding up the nets here in Ridgefield. But of course, when that decision looms, we'll get you the number. Now looks like I've got my eye on it. And it looks to be Josh Mejia, the Lower Columbia product from Puyallup, Washington. That would be maybe a needed arm here for the Berries. He had 8 appearances in the spring. Raptors hitters Dawson Downs with the bags juiced. Downs tonight flew out, grounded out. Nobody out in the inning. Long stare by David Roberts, and here goes the lefty. Sprayed away again. That is ball 1. The velocity dip a little bit here for Roberts, too, as the night's gone on. Raptors base coach Allen totally dressed up at first after getting all the equipment down there so far this inning. He's got a wrist shield, a Evo shield on the elbow. Equipment on either shin. Downs through a strike. And the sun back out here at the work. It's been in and out of the clouds after a stormy morning. Roberts back home. Downs goes on that one. He's going to fish it over to the nets just above the Raptor dugout. Check back in on the West Coast League scoreboard here. A quick update for you. It is now 2-2. The Swedes and the Pippins tied in Yakima in the top of the 4th. 2-2 pitch. And Downs down on strikes. First out in the 4th. It'll be Angelo Aleman for Ridgefield. He struck out and walked. 3 ducks on the pond right now for the Raps with the 4-0 lead. And looking over at the bottom of the 3rd at the Hamlin Sports Complex, it's 6-1. Springfield leading Bend. The Night Owls leading the lefties still 2-0 in the top of the 5th from Civic Field. Aleman threw a big bender at 79 for strike 1. For Roberts, almost been better control of the curve that we've seen than the fastball. The 0-1 pitch. Just a bit in, and that's ball 1. Of course, Ridgefield in the Outdoor Recreation Complex here in town, home of the Ridgefield Spudders in the spring season. The high school squad in town. And one of the members of the team taking BP as well before the game. Might join up later for the Raps. There'll be 2 strikes here to Aleman. Raptors have the football in the bullpen right now, but nobody up and throwing. Almost the Raptor bullpen catcher today. Almond stays away from that off-speed pitch at 79. There'll be 2 strikes here to the Louisiana Monroe transfer. Alaba still the lead runner at third. Raptors have Upton at second to cut at first. And Alaba pushes it left side of the infield. That is going to be fielded by O'Connor at short. He goes to first to get the out. However, the Raptors bring around Alaba, and it's 5-0 Ridgefield. Certainly was a moment there that Liam O'Connor for the Berries thought about going to home plate, but instead chose first base. Alaba with a head start on that. Carliner, the batter, he scrapes it back to the screen. Noah Carliner singled in the second, reached on the air in the third. Raptors have just 1 hit tonight to score 5 runs, but have walked several times, including 3 this inning. The 0-1 pitch. That one lost off the hand of Roberts. His catcher Brecken Hanley with a good move to get that. Carliner about middle of the box here. Doesn't crowd the plate as much as Alamon. The 1-1. Flies away, and that's ball 2. Other scores here in the West Coast League tonight. Wenatchee, the Apple Sox, tied with the Kelowna Falcons at 0, bottom of the 4th inning there. And the Bells lead the Kamloops North Balls in the top of the 3rd, 5-1. Beautiful curve that is dropped in there for strike 2. And at Walker Stadium, usually the last game of the night to go. That's the case again here today. It is 1-0 Portland over Corvallis. 2-strike pitch to Carliner. Fouled away. Carliner said he's just trying to make the most of every opportunity, play as hard as he can this summer, and see what is next for him. Let's have another year of eligibility at the college level. He's had a hit in almost every game. Now smokes it back up the middle. This one on a dive by Stickney. Chops it over to first, and that is not going to be enough to get an out. Raptors score, Jackson Upton, and it is 6-0. And now we will have the conference here. After that one brought home, the RBI single, it's gone for Noah Carliner. We are going to have a pitching change here for Marion. We'll get you the name, the number, the info when we return. Raptors putting it on Marion here in the 4th.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Well, folks, it's 6-0 here. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Raptors have already scored 3. Marion down. A pitching change is brought to you by Quantum Fiber. They unleash amazing internet for any home or business. Blazing fast speed, a rock-solid, reliable network, and seamless Wi-Fi coverage. And with Price for Life internet from Quantum Fiber, you can keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. Visit quantumfiber.com to learn more. Your world unleashed, limited availability. Service in select locations only. 360 Wi-Fi and other equipment lease charges, discounts, taxes, and fees are excluded from price for life offer and may be increased. Berries needing the bullpen help after David Roberts is bounced from the game. Josh Mejia is the man they call on. The lefty from Lower Columbia spent 2 seasons with the Red Devils and in the portal here. But from Rogers High School, he's got 2 outs for him. He needs the final to get out of the jam. Raptors will have Taylor Takata at third, and then you've got Noah Carliner at first. And that's going to be the situation. It's still a difficult one for the lefty to get out of. He had 8 appearances, 6 2/3 innings pitched in the spring. Allowed 8 earned runs, including 3 of those in his last appearance at Pierce, where he got 1 out in 26 pitches, 3 walks for the left-hander. Here we are with Jose Mariano, the first baseman, at a walk and a strikeout for Ridgefield. You'll look for a big base hit here. You could drive around at least Takata at third. First pitch from the LC Red Devil. Way up there at 83, that's a ball. He had 13 appearances as a freshman at a 3.86 ERA. Was lower than his sophomore season where he appeared 8 times. Wants to play at the 4-year with the portal process. This will be upstairs, and that's ball 2. Lower Columbia, another West Coast League spot, the home of the Cowlitz Black Bears, just up the way in Longview. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 away. Pitch to the plate. Spotted in there. Or I should say too far inside for ball 3. And it's been the Berries with the walks that have come back to bite them here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. That's where the problems have lied. A lack of location. Here's a 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs. Mariano taking his spot at first. Raptors have Ryder Cutlip up there, the right fielder. He is hit into a sack situation, struck out in the 3rd. Bags juiced again here for Ridgefield, and one of those big hits is really going to start to make it ugly for the Berries. They're already down 6-0. A role reversal right now between that Game 1 result and Game 2. Raptors fell behind 6-0 yesterday. First pitch. Way up there near the eyes of Cutlip for ball 1. He the business major, trying to find his way to a 4-year. Raptors lead base runner is Takata at third. And now he finds the zone, strike 1. That flying it at 83 miles an hour. Cutlip, one of the longer guys in the Raptor roster last year. Was with the team the whole season and returns for a 2nd year. He's a high recruit out of high school with a .415 batting average as a senior. 2-time Southern Idaho Conference All-Academic team member as well. And we've got ball 2 in the turf here in Washington. Marion, the newest team in the league. This only their 2nd game in existence. Getting the band together to come play here down at the Rourke. 2-strike pitch. That escapes the strike zone well outside for ball 3. Of course, Mejia got to be careful here, a walk, and this one is going to bring around a run. Raptors have the bags fully loaded. Cutlip got to see a pitch in the zone here. 3-2 with 2 away. Runners go, but it doesn't matter. That is ball 4. Cutlip watches Taylor Takata touch home plate right in front of his face, and that is run number 7 for the Raptors. Certainly the patience paying off right now for Ridgefield, as Nolan Ganter is the hitter who started the inning with a walk. He scored and is now back up there. For the short conference, Mejia ready to go from the belt. First pitch inside for a ball. And Berries, to recap the pitching staff tonight, a total of 9 walks on the card. The 1-0. Ganter smushes it foul. And that's just been the story here tonight. Marion, much different last night. Pretty steady and easy. Only combined for 3 walks through 4 pitchers, including the starter. Verespi went 6 and gave up the 2. After that, Ryan Clark, Perez, and Alex Chavez had no walks in that game. Should say, excuse me, Clark was responsible for 1 in his inning, but other than that, nothing. And yet, it has been a tough operation for the Berries pitching staff. Ganter facing a 1-2. He will go after that one, and that's the final out of the inning. Raptors have a huge 4th at that. 4 runs in the inning. They leave 3 on. There are no errors, and they have just 1 hit in the 4th. Raptors up 7-zip to the top of the 5th we go.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors! Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Come to the plate for the Marion Berries is Jake Allen.
Marion starting things off here with Jake Allen. He's the first up. The left fielder struck out in the 3rd. Back to work for Landon Hood. A lengthy delay because of the Raptors' 4 runs in the last half inning. He starts that one off upstairs for a strike. Of course, you always hear it's difficult for a pitcher to sit for that long, but the upside is the amount of runs you just had scored for you typically if you're on the pine for several minutes. And that is squeezed right through the glove of Hood, and the play can't be made either by Takata. A line drive for a hit there. The Berries start off right with Jake Allen getting on. That ball just smothered right back up the middle. It's not easy to catch coming at you like that. Danny Weidman, the DH, struck out his first appearance at the plate. He's back up there, the DH, going to the Oregon Ducks. The pitch to Weidman from Hood. Smothered back up the middle, a base hit. Now you see why he's headed there to the Oregon program. That one hot off the bat, and we've got 2 on here for the Berries offense. Roll to the top of the order with Anthony Cepeda, although Raptors pitching coach Jaron Hunter will go and talk here with Landon Hood. And this is the situation the Berries, when they had big innings last night, was kind of what would happen. They would get quick 2 hits, maybe a walk or 2, but whatever it was, they would be on very quick. Now they've ambushed the Raptors here. The problem for them is, can they catch up? Down 7, that was a big amount of runs to sacrifice in the 4th inning. Although, and this is the big shocker of the night, they are out hitting the Raptors by 2 with the 4 hits. Raptors only have 2 hits to score 7 runs. They've been able to do that because of a lot of walks by the Marion pitching staff. If you're just tuning in, they have 9. And so we're back with Cepeda at the top of the order, the center fielder for Marion, with a strikeout and a single. Austin Downs at third, even with the bag, maybe ready to make the play over there. First baseman Mariano shoved back, bunt shown. That is strike 1 anyways. Nice Wednesday night here at the Rourke. Raptors will be back soon as well to play the Berries again in a couple weeks at home. As that one shot foul to the backstop. 2 interesting scenarios. Raptors host a South Division team twice. They also visit one South Division team twice, which is unusual. You usually get the home and away split, but they will host the Berries for a total of 6 games and play the Pickles twice on the road. The 0-2 in the sky, left field. That leaks onto the concourse and towards the soccer fields. Fortunately, the kettle corn stand here at the Rourke has a tent above it. Wonder if sometime we'd see a baseball going right into the machine. If not, the 0-2. Right in the zone, low half. Cepeda frozen, and that is strikeout number 1 of the inning for Landon Hood.
Coming to the plate is Liam O'Connor.
Raptors also getting an arm loose in the pen as Hood be in line for the quality start and the win as well if he gets through this inning, as O'Connor, the shortstop, is up there 0 for 2. Goes after the first pitch. He hammers it right into the left fielder, though. Coleman Holaba, and there's 2 down. This is the right fielder, Alex Greb, for Marion, out there in the purple and gray, and he's popped out and struck out. And the Berries have still got 2 on. Jake Allen led this inning off with a single. Danny Weidman followed up. He stands at first. Hood, a beautiful breaking ball for a swing and miss. The Berries have not taken advantage. Looked like it was about to be a big inning. Right before that, Jaron Hunter comes out to the mound. He's really worked with the guys in the downtime, the former Oregon State Beaver, to get their pitching right, and came out there, gave a good lesson. This one barely booted up the middle. Alamon, tough play at short to first. He is not going to get it in time. Oh, that one was as close as it gets. Certainly not a lack of effort, but there will be 3 on, 2 out for the Berries. So Jake Dodge, the hitter, with the bases loaded. First baseman with a double in the 4th. With 2 outs, this is where the Berries, if they want to go back in this game, are going to have to put up or shut up, so to speak. Not many times you get the bags loaded. The first pitch. This is away for a ball. Dodge would, and this is another scenario the Berries did have a runner in scoring position early in the inning. He would get a double in that 4th, but wasn't able to come around and score. Smushes it foul, and that's strike 1. In fact, had the double, he would then be out on a fielder's choice ground out as Alkai Ruja-Wayao, his teammate on deck, hit over to Alaman, the shortstop for the Raptors, who pushed it to third. And Dawson Downs applied the tag for the out. 1-1. Upstairs a ball. Jake Dodge, the infielder, who last played at Lynn Benton Community College. Spent time at UC Santa Barbara, now at 2-1. Away, and that's ball 3. Dodge from Jefferson, Oregon. 3 balls, a strike here. Biggest pitch of the afternoon for Hood. And a swing and a miss. Pick something off there at 86, and the count will be full. And we'll see here if Hood can get another strikeout. Been very great tonight at that. And this one just smushed down the line in left field and foul. It's right in on the hands to the hitter, Dodge. Hood with 7 strikeouts on his scorecard today through 4 2/3. Has been, but not been broken. Allowing the 5 hits to Marion. Full count pitch. Hammer to right field. This one's going to drop for a base hit. Marion sending the runners around. Now it scoots off of Cutlip. Berries will be held to 2 runs. That's Jake Allen and Danny Weidman in to score. And it's 7-2. Some damage from the Berries offense. And now you've got Chris Cota, the Raptors coach, out to the hill, and this could be the day for Landon Hood. Certainly Cota wanted to see him get through the full 5, but the Raptors call to the pin. We'll be right back after the break. 2 outs, Raptors lead by 5.
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952. Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh-cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
We're going to be the position team, even though we're here at home. But we'll be glad to welcome the
Ridgefield bringing out Austin Sheldon, the right-handed pitcher, with the lead at 7-2. Berries have runners at the corners with 2 away. Sheldon, the right-handed pitcher from Loris, and he's got 2 2/3 under his belt on the season. He pitched that at Bend his last time out, 2 2/3 of an inning. Did give up 1 run. That was the one in the card there. 3 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts for the right-handed pitcher. See if he can get the job done. Raptors just pulling Landon Hood, the high recruit to Gonzaga, the right-handed pitcher, with a partial line that reads like this. He went 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 Ks. He's responsible for the 2 men on base, which is Alex Greb at third and Jake Dodge at first for Marion. And the Berries coming back to the dish. It is Leaukai Aruja-Wayao. And you get on here is the question for the Berries. This has already been a pretty big inning. They want to make up as much as the 4 runs they allowed last half inning. That one high into the sky. Tough for Downs. He can't barehand that one. And the Rourke turf with the assist on the hit there by Wyal. And it is going to be 7-3 Marion. That was certainly assisted by the turf here in Ridgefield. Seemed to stick in the air forever.
Now the play is Brecken Hadley.
It'll be 7-3 here as Brecken Hadley steps in. The catcher drives it right side of the turf. That is Takata at the chest, and he is going to flip to first to retire the side. The inning is over. There are a few runs in the inning here, 3 to be exact for Marion. They score that on 4 hits as well. There's 1 error and then 2 left on base. 7-3 is the lead for Ridgefield. To the bottom of the 5th we go.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Here in the Pacific Northwest, a beautiful Wednesday night. 7-3 the lead for the Ridgefield Raptors over the Marion Berries. Bottom of the 5th inning now. Coleman Hollabaugh going to lead things off, left fielder with a fly out. He's also reached on a walk and scored a run in that big 4th inning for Ridgefield, which they put up 4. We'll have the first offer from Mejia. Drills it too far away, and that's going to be a ball. And for Mejia, the Marion reliever, did get out of the big jam there in the 4th inning. David Roberts came into that same inning and didn't have as much success, as that'll be a strike over the zone. Mejia, the lefty from Lower Columbia. He is going to spot up a 1-1, and this one is too far down low at 75 for ball 2. Raptors going to the bullpen maybe a little earlier than they would have liked. Had to pull Landon Hood there before the end of the last half inning. As Mejia is ready with his 2-1. It'll bounce to the plate. Close the line here on the Raptors starter Landon Hood. He went 4 2/3, allowing 3 runs. All of those earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Landon Hood, future Gonzaga Bulldog for the Raptors in his 2nd start. Aries defense playing farther back here with nobody on, nobody out. And that is going to miss at the screen and be ball 4 to Hollabaugh. So it's the catcher, Jackson Upton, who has a walk and an error. reached on an error and scored a run. And reaching around now around the Rourke, too, right behind home plate is Rally the Raptor. Looks like he's got maybe a shirt or a jersey in his hand to give away. Upton from Yakima Valley, his last place for college ball. There's Yakima, always an interesting trip in the West Coast League, home of the Pippins. They play in the Yakima County Stadium. This one on the ground in front of home. Mejia covers it well and just easily flips to first. His first baseman Dodge standing there for the out. And Upton's going to move the line. Holliba to second base as we're at the top of the order with Taylor Takata. Takata on the night, 2 walks, a strikeout. In fact, almost every Raptor has a walk on their card, save Noah Carliner and Dawson Downs. Raptors still in good position to score here. Already a man in scoring position with the pitch to the plate. Beautiful breaking ball, and that not going to get in there for Mejia. But as much action as we've seen all night on that pitch, though, and didn't drop in for him. The 1-0 pitch with 1 away. Check on the runner, and Holliba dives in and flips over Stickney, who covers the second baseman. He's safe. Here's the 1-0 pitch down the hill from Mejia. Trapped upstairs, and that's ball 2 of the count, pardon me. Score update out there in Yakima, the former home of the last batter, Upton. The Pippins now leading 5-3 over wall-to-wall in the top of the 5th. The 2-0. Up into the blue sky here in the northwest. That one drilled over towards the right fielder, Alex Greb. He battles the sun, makes the catch. Holliba going to have to stay at second, and there's now 2 down. Ridgefield's Dawson Downs, the batter. He's 0 for 3. See if we can get him on for the first time tonight. Downs, the infielder and right-handed pitcher from Ripon, California. And committed to California Santa Barbara at Modesto Junior College. This one skips off the catcher, Hadley, to the backstop. Holliba's now got third. And the Berries hope not to let that happen again. Could mean an 8th run for the Raps. Downs hit .220 in the spring in 32 games. Had a season-high 3 hits at San Joaquin Delta on April 1st. The 1-0 pitch down the hill. And this is going to be too far outside for a ball. Had 4 RBIs as well, a season high at Sequoias on March 21st. In the spring. Now the 2-0. Delivered outside. Ball 3. Hands are taking advantage of the amenities here at the work. A lot of them up at the team store or sitting on the benches in right, if not breaking out the lawn chairs on the grass. As Downs barely puts that off the barrel towards the Raptor dugout. Foul. Downs actually committed to California Santa Barbara before the season began for Modesto. Had that verbally announced in October. And smushes it foul again. And on the 19th of October, had the verbal commitment announced on X. That is the one of the better scouting platforms, wouldn't you know it, of baseball at that. Have a lot of players get their own X or Twitter page, whatever you like, put up, and easy way to get in touch and put your best foot forward to coaches that are looking for talent. A 3-2 pitch. This is down low, ball 4. And Dawson Downs takes first base on the free pass. And now there's only one more Raptor not to have walked tonight. Should be Noah Carliner because he's got 2 hits and reached on an error, but this is Angelo Alaman, the shortstop. He struck out, walked in, grounded into an RBI his last time up. 4-run lead with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Alaman. Upstairs for a ball. This one setting up a little similar to the Raptors' 1 win on the road, game 1 in Bend. They had a strong start like they did today. On that win, it was Joseph Fredericks out of West Virginia. This will be inside. They call him Joe, but Landon Hood today goes nearly the quality start at 5, but he goes 4 2/3, allowing the 3. And so pretty good result there to set up the Raptors as the offense is now come alive. A season-high 7 runs. Alaman waiting patiently for something to swing at. That's ball 3. Also closed the line on the Berries' last relief pitcher. David Roberts goes an inning and 2/3, allowing 5 runs. 2 of those earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That is ball 4 to Alaman, his second walk of the evening here, and he's at first. Here we go, Josh Mejia trying to figure things out on the bump. As we've got the Raptors' Noah Carliner, the hitter in this scenario. With the bags fully loaded again for Ridgefield, the 3rd time they've done that. Carliner, center fielder, already has 2 hits. Raptors leader in hits as well this season. Here's Big Noah. Can he get another hit? Has 8 total on the regular season. This is missed inside. Only hitless game was the non-league against Cowlitz. He went 0 for 3. Raptors crowd engaged here with a ball and no strikes. The pitch to the plate. Just a bit in, and that's ball 2. Carliner, a powerful hitter with Cal State Dominguez Hills. 21 home runs as a junior, 13 in the spring. The 2-0 pitch. Up there for a ball. Had 5 as well with the Conejo Oaks in the Cal Collegiate League in 22. It does translate with a wooden barrel. California Collegiate League home to many great players as well. 3-0 pitch with 2 away. Mejia sprays it outside. Ball 4. Carliner going to first. The Raptors score Halaba, and it is now 8-3. This game nearly 2 hours old, and the Berries with the walks, a part of that, as we will get a conference. But Jose Mariano ready to bat. Bases will still be loaded. And recap, if you're tuning in, Ridgefield dropping a run in the 2nd. They got 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, 1 so far here in the bottom half of the 5th. A lot of walks for the Marion pitchers. And it's just been tough sledding. Mejia's coming in, walked 6. He's now the leader in walks for his pitching staff. David Roberts going on nearly 2 innings, gave up 5, and the starter, Colin Barton, gave up 2. Well, after some encouragement from the entire infield, the catcher, and the pitching coach here for Marion, we'll see if they can get the out here as Mariano comes back up. Mariano with the 2 walks, a strikeout. Carliner walking 2 has meant that every Raptor has walked in this game. It'll be a ball down low at 79. There is some action in the Marion bullpen. Down there right now, number 2, Ryan Clark. Last night, went an inning, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. As Mejia continues to struggle to find the zone. We'll gather at the belt here with a 2-0 pitch. Down low, ball 3. Ryan Clark, no stranger to the West Coast League. We talked about it yesterday, but spent time with the sister of the Raptors, the Black Bears, in 24. That is upstairs, dotted up for ball 4, and the Raptors have forced home another run with the patience. Mariano's walk is an RBI 1. Raptors score Dawson Downs, and it is 9-3. And then we are going to see a pitching change here as Tucker Brack comes out for Marion. It's 9-3. Raptors flipping the script on the Berries, in control in game 2. Be right back after the change.
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Well, folks, it is a Marion pitching change, and that one comes with the score at 9-3 and 2 away in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ryan Clark, the righty, out there to throw, and we see Clark coming in to replace Josh Mejia, the latest Berries reliever, who has a partial line that went an inning. He allowed no hits but 7 walks and 1 strikeout for Mejia. And so he is ejected here for Ryan Clark, the Portland, Oregon native from Feather River College. And he'll be up there after pitching an inning last night. Berries with limited arms having to go back-to-back. He did give up 2 runs to the Raptors last night, 2 of the 3 they would score on the night. And they just want him to come in and throw strikes at this point. The righty out of Beaverton High School. Grandfather was actually drafted by the New York Yankees. He's got it in the bloodline, and we'll see if he can put down the Raptors. 3 men on here. Alaman at third for Ridgefield. Noah Carliner at second. Jose Mariano at first base. Now it is Ryder Cutlip due up, the right fielder, who has walked home a run, struck out and sacrificed on a bunt in the 2nd inning. First pitch from the righty, Ryan Clark out of the pen. Pushes it low for a ball. Long night so far at the Rourke. Game stands at 9-3. Alamon getting a good secondary lead, and then a ball away. Barry's not a huge traveling crowd on their side. Still see a lot of Raptor maroon and black over there. And that's ball 3, too far outside at 85 miles an hour. Clark just looking to get back in the zone here. It's all they need. The 3-0 pitch. And that's ball 4. Ripped a little off the zone, and the Raptors have walked home a run for the third time this inning. Make it 10-3. Angelo Alamon, the one to touch home his first time tonight. Now it's Nolan Ganter, the DH. Beautiful night here at the Rourke, and the pitch is a ball outside. And if you're just tuning in, walks. The story of this one for Marion. There's now an eight-digit dichotomy between the runs and hits department, and Ridgefield has 10 runs on 2 hits. That should tell the story, and that's strike 1. Ganter finally sees a strike. Everybody in the Ridgefield order has walked here today. And Ganter now just, I wonder what happened there. Almost out of the box because they're saying that's a balk. And it gets worse for Marion. Now Noah Carliner is going to score. The Raptors add another to the fun here. It's 11-3. Now Nolan Ganter will try to drive in the runners in scoring position. Ryder Cutlip and Jose Mariano. He does just that. Up the middle. Oh, it is going to be squeezed by the second baseman, Will Stickney. I spoke too soon, but did not see that range coming. Either way, the Raptors will get the RBI single. But Will Stickney saves a second run coming around. It's still going to be 12-3 Ridgefield. We have now batted around in this inning. Second time the Raptors have done it today. Second inning in a row. Here's the pitch, and Coleman Holliba will see a strike. He led off the inning with a walk. And the way this one's going would have been more surprising maybe had he not led off the inning with the walk. We will see the 0-1 smashed foul. Save for Ryan Clark is putting it here in the zone, so Ridgefield having the swing now with 2 outs like they did on the last hitter, Ganter. But it was a struggle after Barton got out of the game, with relievers David Roberts and Josh Mejia combining for 12 walks. The 0-2 pitch. And that is off of Holliba. He doesn't love it. Fortunately, I think that got a piece of the Evo shield, which is why you wear it. I'm certainly had to have been worse otherwise. He didn't have that on. He's going to be at first. There are 2 outs in the inning, and the Raptors still continue the messy scorecard here in the 5th inning. Jackson Upton due up, the catcher, sacrificed way back earlier in the inning. First pitch bent away, and that's ball 1. Thanks to everyone tuning in tonight. See you in the comments section as well here of our YouTube channel, as that's a strike. Been a fun one here at the Rourke for the Raptors. This is a season high runs, and what they wanted, certainly probably not the way they thought. with only 3 hits to get it, but here we are as Upton swings and misses. It's been that kind of night for Ridgefield. Probably won't be another game 2. Just calling it now. They see or have this many walks the rest of the way. That's a half swing and fouled on the 1-2. Wish I had the West Coast League record for that in front of me. Do not. Ridgefield still has Ryder Cutlip at third. Nolan Ganner at second. And then at first is Coleman Holloway. He was just hit by the pitch. And that's countered foul off the thin part of the barrel of Jackson Upton. Good crowd here, though, at the work this late in the game, and considering the way it's unfolded. The lights now starting to flicker onto the helmets out there on every base. 1-2. Upton smothers it towards Aruja Wayao at third, and he is going to fire across the diamond the side. Finally retired. Raptors score 5 in the inning. They still leave 3 on, and they have a total of just 1 hit in the inning. Take advantage of no errors. It is 12-3, Ridgefield putting it on Marion in the top of the 6th when we return.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors! Dick Hanna Dealerships proudly supports the Ridgefield Raptors. 75 years of cars, community, and teamwork. Go Raptors!
Mound for the Raptors, number 11, Austin Sheldon.
It's Austin Sheldon back to work for Ridgefield, 12-3
At the plate for the Marion Berries,
here.
Will Stickney.
And the Marion Berries trying to figure things out with Will Stickney to lead things off, the second baseman, who dodges a ball away. Stickney with an impressive play in the hole prevented Nolan Ganter from getting 2 RBIs on a single last half inning, as Sheldon lost it just away. And this is a situation where the Raptors can probably use the pen however they like. And boy, this one knocked hard. Left field got carried deep at the track at the wall, and nicely brought down by Coleman Holloway. Traced it all the way out to the advertisements on the chain link fence, and there's one away. This is Jake Allen, the left fielder. He's 1 for 2. Scored a run in the 5th. And we'll see if he can get anything going here with the baby blue barrel. Sheldon back to work. Strike zone, finds the strike zone, 0-1. Here is another offer. And that is pumped up right side. That is towards the first baseman for Ridgefield, who makes the catch, Jose Mariano. 2 outs in the inning. Danny Weidman, the DH, had a single in the 5th inning and a run scored. Raptors have held Marion in check. They've given up 7 hits, but only 3 runs. All 3 of them tagged to Landon Hood, making his 2nd appearance. And that is back to the screen. Landon Hood went forward 2/3, allowing, again, the 3 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. That one's just down low. Also held Marion with runners on. They left 2 on in that 4th inning against him, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 1st. This is booted foul. Danny Weidman up there for Marion. His first appearance with the Berries, wasn't here yesterday. That is down low. Count is 3-1. Raptors do have a little tossing in the pen, but the man down there with a couple hoodies on can't tell the number, as Weidman ducks out of the way of a strike. Raptors playing back here defensively with the 3-2. And late on the swing there is Weidman. He now will run away on the drop 3rd strike, but an easy throw down by Upton to Mariano, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Marion after 5.5. It's 12-3. Pardon me, getting it all wrong. Raptors, though, not big, nonetheless.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Here we are. It is 12-3 Raptors out in front of the Berries. Welcome back to Ridgefield Baseball. And right now, the Berries a little frustrated. They have 7 hits, only given up 3, but the walks have burned them so far. Taylor Takata on his way to maybe a walk here. We'll see one upstairs. He's walked twice already on the night. Raptors back in, looking for the series win. If they get it here today, if they get a win here today, this would be tying us up in 1 game apiece after the Berries' 9-3 win yesterday, their first in franchise history and their first ever game. The 1-1 down low. I guess you could say if there's any positive sense of foreshadowing you could ever have, it's winning that first game you ever play. But the Berries here have seen the script flipped awfully quick. The 2-1. And that one's a little outside. And you'd think Marion would be an attractive option for the future, being in Salem, where a lot of guys are based out of in this league. That's ball 4. Takata is on with the walk. So So Dawson Downs up there. He's flown out, grounded out, struck out, and walked in the 5th inning. Takata going to take a lead from first base with Dawson Downs ready to swing. First pitch. And that is launched right towards the feet of the tall lefty batter. Ball 1. Marion, of course, playing all the road games here early in the season after this one goes down the line to right field. Dawson Downs hits it off the bag. Jake Dodge can't get to it. And that is going to go down as a hit for Dawson Downs, and that is an interesting way to do it. And that is probably a pretty fortunate bounce for Ridgefield, although it was smoked either way off the bat of Downs. Had that not bounced off the bag, that might have gone towards the corner and been trouble in that form, but it hit off the bag and just stuck in right field. Nobody was going to get there before Downs at second, so Takata's at third, and here is Angelo Alaman, the man who's walked 2 times. Ryan Clark in the zone for a strike. The Berries infield all crunched in now in front of the Raptors runner, actually Dawson Downs, who's got as big of a lead as he'd like at second. Now Alaman does squeeze it in towards the adjustment defensively. That's the shortstop Liam O'Connor to first base in time, and there's one away. Center fielder Noah Carliner coming back to the dish. He is 2 for 3. 2 RBIs for him, a run scored. Reached on an error or 2. Ryan Clark down the hill, and he'll move it away for a ball. Raptors last year a good offensive team. They were top half in most offensive categories. He pitched to the plate, and Carliner gets just away from that one. In fact, as a team, Raptors went 5th in the West Coast League in the 54 games, scoring 324 times. And lay off another. 3 balls, no strikes. We're a patient team, top half of the league as well. Ranked 6th in the West Coast League with 270 walks. Here's a strike at the knees, which is atypical actually, because the Raptors had 28 home runs, which led the league, so usually they don't always coincide, the patience and the big power, but it did last year. Carliner, talk about power, was looking to go to the track with that one. He swings and misses, and the count's going to be full here to the big power bat at the plate. Takata at third for Ridgefield. At second is Dawson Downs. That's ball 4. Another walk in the inning, the second issued by Ryan Clark here in the 6th inning. We're almost to 9 o'clock here in Ridgefield. The sun still making a little bit of a cameo to our west as we've reached Jose Mariano. That's in the zone, a strike. Mariano on the day, another guy with a couple walks. He's got 3, struck out in the 3rd. Takata 90 feet away. Clark has to find the zone in this situation. And he does just that with a swing and miss. Otherwise, you're talking about walking guys home. The Raptors have done that tonight. In fact, last inning, Jose Mariano, Noah Carliner, and Ryder Cutlip all walking home runs. And there's a big cut. Swing and a miss, and that is a good performance there by Ryan Clark against Mariano, the second out of the inning. This is the right fielder, Ryder Cutlip. He's walked 2 times, struck out in hit on a sac bunt. First pitch. Grinds away from the zone. That's a ball. Clark mostly under 90 miles an hour tonight. That coming out at 86 miles an hour. The 1-0 pitch to the plate. It's at 87, just a bit outside. Fans are finding the jackets here late at the Rourke on this Wednesday night. Now the 2-0. They say that is a strike to Cutlip. Raptors head coach Chris Cota now in the black hoodie. Same with Coach Allen on the first base side. That's a strike to Cutlip, although it feels like the script flips once you get about to July. Felt like last year, very hot in July and very cool on these nights in June. Two-strike pitch, and Cutlip finds the baseball to center field, a slide, and a nice grab by the center fielder, Anthony Cepeda, to retire the side and get the Berries out of the jam. Raptors in the sixth inning are not able to put up any runs. They strand 3 on a hit. There are no errors in the inning. We return for the top of the 7th. It's 12-3.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Live at the Rourke, it is 12-3 the score, and Ridgefield out in front of this one over Marion by a few runs. If you're shattered or cracked, get back on track. Hampton Auto Glass has served Clark County, strong since '89, with convenient locations in West Vancouver and East Vancouver and Camas. For clear views ahead, choose Hampton Auto Glass instead. Let's start with the Berries offense, and this is Anthony Cepeda. He made the nice slide and grabbed in last half inning, stranding 3 Raptors on. And Austin Sheldon misses away for ball 1. We're at the top of the order here for the Berries as that's hit back to the screen. Let's take a look at those West Coast League scores again. We've got some updates too. The Portland Pickles down the road leading the Corvallis Knights 2-0 in Walker Stadium. As the 1-1 comes down the hill. Blasted down the third base side. That's easily going foul. A Raptor in proximity. The Pippins lead the Sweets now 7-4 at the bottom of the 6th inning. Anamo has grown the lead over Port Angeles in the top of the 9th. They lead 7-0. This one just runs away from the right hand of Austin Sheldon. He will have to fire again on a 2-2. Anthony Cepeda not paying any mind to the ball boy behind home plate. It's been ready to go the last 20 seconds. And that one just pushed away for ball 3. Drifters also still up 3 over Ben, then in the top of the 7th. And that'll be ball 4, so leadoff walk here issued by Austin Sheldon to the center fielder Anthony Cepeda. And, of course, in that game that they're down 3 now in the top of the 7th, they were down 6-1. They are starting to creep back, but running out of outs. The shortstop, Liam O'Connor, has reached on an error, lined out, and struck out the first pitch. Yes, sir, that one at 84 for strike one. Nice calm night. Fortunately, it's been cooler. The wind hasn't been as aggressive as last night. It would be pretty cold to sit out there if that was the case, but we continue on here with the 1-1. Big cut and a miss by O'Connor. Strike two. Right fielder Alex Greb on deck. Raptors holding that big edge 12-3. That'll be fired away, and another ball. West Coast League this year already giving out some awards. Two-strike pitch. On the ground, third base side, that's Dawson Downs. Flipping to Takata, back to first. Yes, sir, 5-4-3 twin killing. That is what the Raptors love in a long one. As Alex grabbed the first, had the single, in the fifth inning. The right fielder up there, he's 1 for 3. Talk about those awards later, issued by Rob Nyer, commissioner of the West Coast League. This one scooted back to the screen, but we've already got some hardware. And we'll have this every week, but the pitcher and then the hitter of the week being released just a couple nights back. 0-1 from Sheldon. Kind of swing and a miss at 87. And Greb already down 0-2 in this count. Has to be careful here with nobody on. But Sheldon lost it. Hit that one off the back of Greb, and he is walking down to first. And Sheldon almost a cringe on the mound. Knew he had him down 0-2, but hits the batter, so Jake Dodge will be up. He's 2 for 3. Doubled in the fourth, singled in the fifth with 2 RBIs attached to that. And rips it foul. Fortunately, that one falls harmlessly off the net. That would have been a big chase for a souvenir. That was easily headed to the soccer stadium.
Yeah, the plate is Jake Dodge.
Here's the pitch to Dodge on the 0-1. Spans a little too outside the zone. That'll be a ball. Dodge out of Lynn Benton Community College at Southbridge High School. Did play 2 ways, though they have not let him do that in college, and that's a strike. So rare to be able to do that. Dawson Downs does it for his college teams. Ridgefield hasn't had him on the mound, but he's been a regular hitter. Now we'll check up here with Dodge. Appeal down to the ump. They're going to say, forget the appeal. It's a swing and miss for Jake Dodge, and that is the inning. And we are out of the bottom of the 6th, or probably top of the 7th. And the Marion Berries put up no runs. They're down 12-3. Raptors come to bat after the stretch.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, Capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
We are back at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. The Raptors leading 12-3 over the Marion Berries. Patrick McCall alongside you here. A pitching change for Marion. Quantum Fiber, though, unleashes amazing internet for any home or business. Blazing fast speed, a rock-solid, reliable network, and seamless Wi-Fi coverage. And with Price for Life internet from Quantum Fiber, you can keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. Visit quantumfiber.com to learn more. Your world unleashed, unlimited availability, service in select locations only. 360 Wi-Fi and other equipment lease charges, discounts, taxes, and fees are excluded from Price for Life offer and may be increased. The new pitcher, the right-hander from Lower Columbia in Boring, Oregon, Matthew Kozdurka. We will see what he can do here as Spencer Siegel fills in for the Raptors, the pinch hitter. First pitch for him, he's in for Nolan Ganter, and this is missing away. Siegel has been a regular Raptor for the last few years, as that is outside. 2-0, Kozdurka 2 for Lower Columbia, a effective guy in 14 appearances, only a 1.1 ERA. As Siegel watches a strike. Outer half of the zone. Spencer Siegel wearing 5 again for the Raptors this year. Last one 0 for 1 at Bend on Saturday night. It'll be 3-1 quickly to the outfielder. Had a hit and 2 ABs against the Black Bears in the opening game with a run and was hit by a pitch. And grinds a pitch back to the screen. The outfielder from St. Martin's played 2 years at San Diego Christian. Siegel with a bend to the knees here, the 3-2 pitch. The outfielder with a check swing. They say he goes around and is the first out of the inning. So Coleman Hollaba, the left fielder, is coming to the dish. So far tonight, he's walked, been hit by a pitch, walked 2 times, and flown out. Raptors 12 runs on 4 hits. A lot of walks on the card as Hollaba sees a strike. Marion's Kozdurka on the hill, went to Sandy High School. The 0-1. Pumps it up 89. You can hear that leather smack from the press box, but the first team All-State guy, a perfect game grade of 9, and is 1 from the max of 10. He blazes another pitch just away for a ball. Was an All-American West Region honorable mention in 2024 by Perfect Game 2. Now the 2-strike pitch sent to center field on a line, although it's caught. Another standing play there as Cepeda doesn't slide, doesn't dive. He goes to the knees and pops up. Cepeda with the catch out there. Good work by the center fielder tonight. Didn't know how to describe that one. It's not a usual catch, but it'll be Jackson Upton, the catcher. He's hitless, but has scored twice. First pitch. They call that a strike, and Kozdurka ahead in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch to the plate, and Kozdurka misses away. So far tonight, Ridgefield only using a couple of pitchers. Landon Hood, the starter, went 4 2/3, giving up 3 runs, all of them earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. This one grinds away. The quick work here by Kozdurka, not effective enough that time. Then Austin Sheldon's come in and gone 2 1/3 so far without giving up a run. The pitch. And a half committed swing there by Upton. That'll be strike 2. Marion starter Keon Barton went 2 and allowed a couple. He's been relieved by 4, including Kozderka, who has the 2-2. And there is the changeup at 82 that fools Upton. The inning is over. Raptors go in short order for the first time since the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Barry's bat when we return, 12-3 Ridgefield.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Welcome back in here to Ridgefield, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting the top of the 8th inning, 12-3. Ridgefield out in front of Marion, and a new pitcher called on to do work here. It is Chris Cornelius from Fullerton, California. He's the senior with 1 appearance. Gave up 3 runs at Bend last Saturday with a walk and 1 strikeout. As we will see for Marion, now Kai Aruja Waiau to lead things off so far as 1 hit. Here we go with Cornelius. Had a 4.98 ERA in the spring and 17 appearances. 21 2/3 innings. The first pitch for the righty. It is dashed foul out of play. And for Cornelius, just off that 1 appearance, also teammates with Noah Carliner with the Raptors at Cal State Dominguez Hills. And the other pitch smothered into the turf. He lost the grip there.
Cal State Dominguez Hills, Chris Cornelius.
If Chris can get it back in the zone here, he's got the next offer to Aruja Waiau. And that'll be too low for a ball. Counts at 2-1. Raptors scoring most of the damage middle of this game. They had 4 in the 4th inning, 5 in the 5th. Here's his Cornelius. And that's dumped up high for ball 3. Count will be 3-1 here. Berries need some type of rally to threaten, but going to be tough for him, and that is Cornelius through the bat, strike 2. Raptors got off to the good start behind Landon Hood, nearly getting the 5 innings. Here he goes to the plate. And a swing and a miss. That's Chris Cornelius with a strikeout. And his first batter face tonight. Let's go with Brecken Hadley now, the catcher for Marion. He has struck out, walked, and grounded out. The man in purple and gray. Last night, Barry's in that all-gray uniform. That could be the lucky charm they want to go back to if this game is decided like it's going, or we think it is, at 12-3. Here's the first pitch from Cornelius. Delivers, and this is low for a strike, however. Will Stickney, the man on deck for Marion. Cornelius with the 0-1 at the belt. Blasted off the turf. Looking to see if we get any final scores come across late in this one, and we have. Wenatchee and the Apple Sox have beaten Kelowna. It's 2-0. Final score there as Cornelius goes off speed and delivers a strike. And now the Night Owls have gone final, and Port Angeles in 2 hours and 6 minutes, they win over the Lefties 7-1. Cornelius at the ready here with a 1-2 pitch. That one awkwardly bounces off the catcher in Upton, and we're going to do it at 2-2. The Bells still leading 7-2 over the North Paws at Joe Martin Field. That's in the top of the 8th now. 2-2. That'll gun down low, and the count is run full. A few young Raptor fans that are in attendance at this point. I'll tell you what, they will have no competition for the foul balls if they get them. As this one blasted onto the second base hole. Takata plays it off a few chops and then has a swift sidearm throw to first base, and there are 2 down. So the second baseman, Will Stickney, will be the Marion hitter.
Coming to the plate is Will Stickney.
Allen on deck for Marion, but right now it is not been a good inning for the Berries after the first 2 outs. They have not been in any 1-2-3 inning since the second. And that one digs low for ball 1. In that inning, you had the same 3 hitters due up in Aukai Aruja Wayao, Brecken Hadley, and Will Stickney. Time called here for Stickney, the second baseman. Long pause, and now the throw from Cornelius. Driven hard, third base side, and just to the right of Dawson Downs. Downs, the third baseman tonight for Ridgefield, has a big adjustable body to be able to do that and also pitch. Really lengthy enough, you'd think he could also play the outfield if that was the situation, but this one is grounded onto the shortstop. Alamon, he's going to give it a charge, plays it knee high, throw to first is not in time. So Stickney aboard, that's going as an infield single. And the Berries break up what could have been a 1-2-3 inning as Jake Allen is up to bat. Berries will still need more than 1 run in this inning to really threaten the Raps. But Allen awaiting the first offer, who's 1 for 3. Did score the run in the 5th, too. The pitch to the plate. Just in for a ball. Full night here at the Rourke. That is what you expect here in June. As the 1-0 pitch comes down. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Raptors on the road to Walla Walla. Later in the week, and temperatures going to be already much different. A lot hotter over there. It's typically the case in Yakima and Walla Walla on those trips. This one blasted right field. That sends back, and then forward, Ryder Cutlip. He locates the baseball near the foul line, and the side retired. Marion, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on in the 8th. To the bottom half of the inning we go. Ridgefield in control, 12-3.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Marion Berry's going to a different position to call upon the bullpen. Jake Dodge out there, and he's been the infielder playing tonight in the batting order with 2 hits, and now he's going to toe the rubber here. A left-handed arm, a redshirt junior, and replacing him at first is Cole Hansen, the catcher. So that'll be how Marion now aligns defensively too. Kozderka out of the game. Matthew Kozderka for Marion ends the day. He goes 1 inning, allowing no runs on no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Good stuff for the relief pitcher as the Marion coaching staff attempts to manage innings. First pitch at 80 from Dodge, Taylor Takata out there, and so far tonight, 3 walks, and now splatters his bat over the turf, and this one on the ground to third in time, back to first on the throw by Arujo Wayao, and there's 1 away. Raptors third baseman Dawson Downs to the dish. He's flown out, grounded out, struck out, walked, and doubled. Wind still blasting here at the RORC, and Dodge now with Dawson Downs feels the two-way experience, and he's throwing in the same day as you got a couple hits. First pitch, a strike. And two-weighing, as uncommon as that is, it's more uncommon to make a pitching appearance at the same day as you're hitting. But here we are with Jake Dodge. Didn't have any stats pitching over the last 3 seasons. But this one grounded on the way to third. That is Arujo Wayao with the ball. Has to fumble a second, though he delivers in time. An impressive throw after an hesitation, and there are 2 down. Looked like Arujo Wayao there. That play was going to be close nonetheless, but for a minute there, felt the baseball, and first that was Peter Hollaba. I just realized grounding out. Pardon me, Dawson Downs not responsible for that one. That'll be Peter Hollaba on the ground out, as the starter still, Angelo Alaman, will see a strike. Hollaba now back to the dugout as we get another pitch upstairs. But nonetheless, shout out to Dawson Downs. He will end his day after the double, walk, strikeout, ground out, and the fly out, and some work at third. Hollaba did start at third and bend too. So a clean replacement, no really defensive substitution necessary. Alaman facing a 2-2. That's fouled all the way to the screen first base side. Noah Carliner on deck for Ridgefield. This is, if Lamont out, probably the last hitter. Otherwise, the Berries would need 9 runs to tie this thing up. Dodge, 70 miles an hour. Tried to get a frame job there by Hadley. Didn't work it enough. Now a 3-2. And a foul back to the screen. And the Berries clearly with the move to go to Dodge, trying to save those bullpen arms for the series. And oh boy, Alamon got all of this one left field and deep. It is going to stop at the track, however, killed by the wind, and the left fielder Jake Allen makes the catch, the side, retired. Raptors in the 8th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And it's 12-3. Ridgefield needs 3 outs for the win in Game 2.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Great baseball, great fans, and a great community. Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to support the Ridgefield Raptors. For over 75 years, we've been a local family-owned business that believes in teamwork, giving back, and doing things the nice way. Just like the Raptors, we know that success comes from dedication, passion, and a great team. So whether we're cheering from the stand or helping you find the perfect ride, we're here for you. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Go Raptors!
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Back to baseball at the RORC, and Dylan Richardson called among out of the Raptors bullpen to be the last to go. The bullpen fully empty now. The Edmonds Community College transfer is on the hill. And they'll start here with a man coming to the dish for the Berries. First pitch. Swing and a miss. And out there will be the replacement for Marion, who took first base in this one, Cole Hansen. Redshirted with Oklahoma in the spring. Now pumps it behind home plate and foul. Raptors had some Oklahoma guys. Patrick Inscoe from there last year, a 2024 alumnus, and same with Desan Harris, who played in the regionals, hit a home run against North Carolina from OU. New strike pitch from D. Rich. That is strike 3, and down on strikes is Cole Hansen. So we're back at the top of the order. Anthony Cepeda, the center fielder. Hansen strikes out first time tonight. Cepeda, though, has walked twice, walked once, struck out, singled, and struck out again in the first. Counts now 0-1. Raptors just needing 2 more outs here to pick up the dub. This pitch blasted in. Ridgefield, this will be their second West Coast League win of the year, as Richardson pumps it up in the zone that time. And looking more at the line of D. Rich, he's had good work last year. His first league appearance. Here's this one's on the ground. First base side, a flip to Richardson. He's not able to step in time. And the righty out of Vancouver will walk back to the mound with a man on that infield single. It's Liam O'Connor for Marion, the shortstop. Reached on an error, struck out, lined out, and hit into a double play in the 7th inning. Richardson with a stare in. He now gathers. First pitch down the hill. Down low for a ball. Richardson with a 4.50 ERA. He went 2-2 in 10 appearances as a sophomore with Edmonds College. 1-0 pitch. Runners going down the way is going to be Cepeda. Throw down. Not in time. Swift action for the center fielder to get into scoring position. Marion in line for maybe its first run since the 5th inning. Harry scored all 3 in that inning, too. Here's D. Rich back down the hill. Tried to spot it upstairs, and that's a ball. Richardson, he's gone as much as 5 innings. In the spring, he went 5 against Tacoma, but typically in relief here in Ridgefield. Of course, Tacoma also the home of the Rainiers, AAA affiliate to Seattle, and the Mariners. Did not allow a run either in those 5 innings against Tacoma, as he has a 3-1. That's blasted to third, and that's easily played by Peter Hollabaugh, and the flick in time to first for the second out. So Marion's right fielder, Alex Greb, coming to the dish. He's been hit by a pitch, singled, struck out, popped out. And he needs to get on to continue this one, the outfielder from Chaminade. Up the middle, base hit. That'll get him on and more. The stop sign, though, put on at third. The Berries don't risk it. And so it'll just be a single for Greb. Cepeda has to stay at third. Possibly just so that Jake Dodge can get his at-bat here. With 2 down. Dodge, of course, now the pitcher on the side for the Berries in hitting. 5th plate appearance of the night. He's already got 2 hits. But waves through the fastball, 0-1. Dodge going 0 for 3 in last night's game. A bounce back with 2 hits today. Now combined for 3 ribbies in the series. Smothers that to his dugout on the first base side. Ridgefield going to play game 3. That'll be likely the grudge match. We're a strike away from that. Starts at 6:35 Thursday night. Raptors on the bus Friday morning to Walla Walla. That'll be one of the only overnight road trips actually for Ridgefield, with Cowlitz and Portland nearby. They can get to those pretty swiftly here from Ridgefield later on. The 2-strike offer. And there it is, a swing and a miss. The Raptors pick up the win and improve to 2-3 on the Young West Coast League season.
Move their league season record to 2-2. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Raptors needed this one after losing game 1 last night, 9-3. They win by a bigger margin in game 2. And they will play game 3 for all the marbles in the series. Let's recap this game for you real fast. Raptors start with Landon Hood going 4 2/3. He would allow all 3 Berries runs, and after that, the combination of Austin Sheldon, Chris Cornelius, and Dylan Richardson combined to go the rest of the way. And they shut down the Berries in 4 1/3. The pitching staff combines for a number of strikeouts. You had Hood responsible for 7. And then Sheldon got 1, Sheldon got 2, Cornelius and Richardson combined for 2. On the side of Ridgefield, the hitting, Taylor Takata would get 2 runs and 3 walks. Angelo Alaman would get 1 run, had an RBI on 2 walks. Noah Carliner went 2 for 3 with a couple runs, 2 ribbies, 2 walks. 3 walks for Jose Mariano. Ryder Cutlip walked twice with a couple RBIs attached to those, and Coleman Hollabaugh would walk twice. Jackson Upton did go 0 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk. On the Marion side, you had Anthony Cepeda with a couple hits. Alex Greb and Jake Dodge both had 2 themselves, with Dodge getting 2 RBIs and an inning of work in this one, a scoreless inning at that. He would be the MVP for the Berries if you could name one, and so that's how things stacked up for both squads. Again, Raptors pick up this win. They are back home tomorrow. Come out and support at the Rourke. You can buy tickets anytime at richfieldraptors.com or show out to the Rourke. Or you can tune in here to the YouTube and audio stream. It'll be live at about 6:25 tomorrow night. Hope you tune in with first pitch at 6:35. Thank you so much for tuning into this one here in Ridgefield. Again, Raptors going for the series win tomorrow against the Marion Berries. First pitch 6:35 after a 12-3 win here tonight. Patrick McCall signing off from the RORC. Hope you tune in tomorrow.